Hey guys, this is Hamon, and welcome back to Bytesize, the show where we review games that I've taken interest in. They have to be old, they have to be new, they just have to be something I'm interested in. And today we're going to be talking about Honkai Star Rail, a game that is made by the same people of Genshin Impact. They're known as currently Hoyoverse. They used to be called MiHoYo. Yeah, I like the rebrand, it works. But in any case, they're the same people that made Genshin Impact, just like I mentioned, as well as they made Honkai Impact 3rd, which I recently also started playing just to check it out, and I won't be talking about that one though. I guess it's okay. Let me just say this outright. Despite what I'm gonna say, it's my opinion of my experience through the game, and a bit influenced by the fact that I played Genshin Impact prior to this, so what I'm about to say is based on my own opinion. Do not take it as fact or anything. How I see things is gonna likely be vastly different from yours if you decide to try this game out after this. The story of the game is, your story technically doesn't begin until after an invasion of sorts. See, two characters, Kafka and Silverwolf, have made another group called, I guess, Legion or something, attack a space station to be used as a distraction so that they could get to an item called the Stellaron. Now, what Stellaron is unknown. All I could tell is that it is linked to the deities of the world. They take the Stellaron and fuse you, depending on which gender you take, with it, giving you brand new powers, which is apparently incredible because no one has successfully done that kind of thing and been saved for that matter. After that, you're just left to your own devices to basically live your life as you see fit. And so you meet the passengers, or workers I guess, of the Astral Express as they come to help deal with the situation. And of course, not knowing what's going on, you also help out with the situation and join them on their journey. Although I did find it funny that apparently you could choose to just stay on the space station and that's it. Not even kidding, that's just it. I'll just get right into it. The graphics look really good. It has that style to Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact 3rd. And it has more of the sci-fi feel. It has that fantasy bit to it, but it's more sci-fi in this case. So you see, alien technology, you see technology in buildings and all that, despite the fact that they look like they're old places and all that. You can just see the technology that was involved in building all of it. It looks really good. I love the backgrounds. The characters are more fluid. They have a little more personality in some cases. And the story is okay. That's kind of where it falls a bit because it's I kind of feel like there's a little. I get it. It's kind of like the thing you're building out your own path and all that, but it kind of feels a little off. It kind of feels like the Superman story in a sense that it's you were basically born and they're oh, we'll leave you here so that you could do great things in the future type of thing. They expect you to do that, but it's I'm kind of why? Why did you? What's your goal and all that? I know it's going to be revealed further along the line, but it's at the same time, I'm kind of couldn't you at least give me a hint of what is going on beforehand? Why you needed me to be made or something like that? But again, they're probably going to reveal it in the future. So, anyway, to get into the gameplay aspect, I have some issues with it, but it's more personal type of stuff. It's a great, again, I'm going to say this, it's a great game. It's just the mechanics are different to me, and I don't like them for that reason. Not to the point that I hate them and I don't play the game because of it. It's not the game that I'm going to be constantly playing. First, I'm going to explain it like this. In terms of the map, if you're a Monster Hunter fan, you can understand this. Before the release of Monster Hunter World, maps were sectional. When you're going through it, it's open, you can walk around the entire area and all that, exploring parts. But the moment you reached a certain point to get to the next area, it loads it and all that. That was before Monster Hunter World. Once Monster Hunter World came out, sure, it loaded an entire map, but it was open. All the sections were connected. You could go through the entire place without having a loading screen at any point, unless you decide to fast travel to one of the campsites. But that's a whole different matter. This is going back to those old games because the world is sectional. because even though it's likely a big place, if you played Genshin Impact and are into the open world thing, and then they expect you to be completely enthralled with the closed spaces. Like, I'm not saying the world itself doesn't look good. I'm just saying the fact that you have to load between sections and all that. If you're fine with that, that's fine. Just saying is like, if they expect you to be fully into it, that's kind of a bit of a harsh idea. And in terms of the fighting mechanics, I also have issue with it because it's turn-based, and I am personally too used to the open flow fighting style of Genshin Impact. I'm gonna keep repeating this. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's not for me. Like, I'm too used to the open flow fighting and the switching between characters so that I could get the proper reactions and all that. Like Dendro, Electros, Wa Hydro mixture thing. Especially since Dendro was introduced, that was a whole game changer thing right there. I will say this, though, I do like the elements and all that and how they're, like, you can see what they are, but at the same time, it's very interesting how they turn them around. Like, the preservation element is fire, and I'm not entirely sure what the green one was, but it's technically wind. Ice is, I forget what that, I think it's like the hunt or something like that. No, the hunt's wind. Ice is a different branch, and then you have physical and lightning and all that stuff. I don't know the exact names of any of them. I haven't looked into it too deep, but it's interesting to see that they have different names for the elements, or rather, the branches that those elements are in, because different deities and all that. And it's interesting that you don't actually use the deities in this one. Like, you can't have the deities as characters in a sense. But either way, I'm just going to say, the game is good. It's just not for me. I'm going to say that multiple times. The game is good, just not for me. I'm not saying it's a bad game, I'm just saying it's not for me. But if you want to check it out, I definitely would recommend it. It's available on the following consoles, if any, but mostly PC at this time, I'm assuming. However, it is for free. And not on Xbox Game Pass. Anyway, so with that said, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bytesize. If you did, please leave a like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And I will see you next time. Bye!